Sorry, welcome back to me, welcome back to Thailand. How are you doing? Sri Blue Thai here from Thailand. I hope you're doing well. It's one Sao soup over here in Thailand. Friday, come round again. So that time and days go so damn quick. It's unbelievable. You know, I try to do as much in a possible day, etc. My Christ, but time flies so quickly. Anyway, so it's a Friday midday, around about midday now. So I'm running a bit late doing my review. Back to my daily series City 24 and the review of our game. Maybe because it was for me. The game started at 2 a.m. so I was up at 1:30. I went to bed about 11 o'clock, etc. And then then I woke up at 1:30 and then but I didn't get to sleep until about 4:30. And then I was listening to Sports Bar, for instance, and seeing the review of the game. But because I couldn't sleep, because you know when City win, you go yay, and you can't sleep. So so and I got up and they was doing the leaves outside, burning the leaves, and because it's another cloudyish day. It didn't rain last night, but another cloudyish day. Cool in Thailand for me, but 25-30 degrees, 25, 30 degrees, 35 degrees, etc. But it's coolish, you know. It's got a bit of a breeze out, so yeah. But even though it's still quite humid in here. Anyway, guys, hope you're doing well. So, for instance, so that's 2 from 3. So yes. So after this international break, I was really nervous about the start of this. These 3 games we've got coming up against the Rags, Napoli, and the Arsenal, and now we're going to the 3rd game. On a bit of a high, 2 out of 3. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And quite honestly, I'm going to tell you in a second. I think it's good that we're playing Arsenal. To tell you the truth, rather than actually a lower team, for instance. And the reason why I'm saying that is because there is expectation that we're going to lose, right? But for instance, also this is kind of where, for instance, if you're playing against a team where you're expected to win, there'd be this kind of like, and say it was at home, etc. There'd be kind of like, yeah, all we need to do is turn up and win. But as we're expected to lose, etc., there's not really much. There's a bit more, you know, and there's less pressure on us to win, but because we've won the last 2 games. So even though it's important for the league position, and also not to get Arsenal to go forward. But I just think playing Arsenal, for instance, it's a free hit really to a point. You know, and some people might agree, disagree, but it's a kind of a free hit for us, because if we go into the game without a win, for instance, in the last 2 games, beating Arsenal and beating Napoli, losing to Napoli and losing to the Rags, etc., we would have been well under the cosh. For instance, and we needed to win to go to Arsenal to win. Now there's a certain degree of we can kind of like take a deep breath, etc., and then say, even though we lose and we don't get smacked up by Arsenal, then, for instance, there was you understand what I mean? You know, I just feel, for instance, the pressure's off us a little bit here. But again, for instance, when it's important that we pick up the pieces and next week, actually, the week after we got our Huddersfield, don't we? But again, I'm very happy. Again, another 2 starting off the Champions League good. Starting off, for instance, the. Getting our first points in the Champions League, getting the first 3 points, playing the way we did. For instance, I thought it was towards the game, towards the end. I was counting, watching the clock really, because I thought, but it was good. It was like there was no pressure on the ball, there was no pressure on the defence, there was no pressure. Good substitutions, everything. So it was an ideal game, really. Get the job done. I knew we'd win. Just be patient. Regardless of the, everybody's talking about the fact that the game changed on the the red card. But I do believe, for instance, for me, they didn't really play. I was expecting a lot more from Napoli. I don't know about yourself, but I was expecting a lot more, and I was quite disappointed with Napoli. I thought they were a lot better than what they are. And so, for instance, they come across kind of like playing very defensively, low block, For instance, very, you know, like a typical Italian team, really. And I thought it'd be a bit more expansive, a bit more confident. Yeah. So, but and they only had that one shot on goal, etc., which was basically a header which Donnarumma easily saved. So, and that was it really. So up to the because up to the 26th minute, I didn't think there were causes any two problems. There was a bit of feel in the first 5-10 minutes or so, but I think overall, etc., we thought I thought up to the second half. Sorry, to the sending off. For instance, I thought Man City were getting on top, and so they weren't causing us too many issues. So I think everything was coming down the right hand side, their right hand side. Yeah. But I think they're trying to like both, you know, trying to get after O'Reilly, etc. But because nobody's going to get after cutting off on the left hand side, out their left hand side, City's right. But yeah, but overall, no, I didn't think I was disappointed with Napoli, to tell you the truth, personally. Anyway, so let's get into the game. Okay, so they were the welcome back of the man, wasn't it? You know, welcome back of King Kevin, and so lovely to see the South Stand putting up King Kevin De Bruyne, and a lot of banners up for King Kevin. Yeah, absolutely. There was also debate: did it go 1 year too soon? I think, for instance, yes, personally, he did 1 year too soon. But also believe. But I think, for instance, the salary was an issue, because if you're paying somebody £400,000 a week, you know, whatever, to sit on the bench, yeah. So yeah, and I think, for instance, I think City thought, well, you know, even though, you know, Man City could afford it, you know, I just think, for instance, I think you'd rather have to, you know, to regenerate the squad, etc. For instance, and even though I feel Kevin De Bruyne can still do it. Maybe it was a good idea, but you know, maybe do the rebuild now, exactly, and but I still feel that, for instance, it could have contributed, because at the end of the day, yesterday, I think what was annoying is the fact that, for instance, we had to break down the low block, and you know, you need that pass. And for instance, thank God we got Phil Foden on the pitch, etc., to provide that pass to Haaland. But for instance, Kevin De Bruyne can be the person who can do that pass. And so yeah, and that's could he have unlocked Napoli's defence a lot quicker? Who knows? But but yeah, it was a strange one. Me personally, I would have kept him one more season, but okay, but never mind. Anyway, so it's welcome back to Kevin. He didn't stay long, etc. He went off the pitch. Me personally, I wouldn't say bothered. I thought, for instance, I would quite happy to him to come off, really, because I don't want him to go away with bad blood. If he scored a goal against us, that kind of thing. Or even though I don't think Man City fans would have feel bad about it being scored, but I just feel that, for instance, it would have been a shame that, for instance, it was nice to see him back. He really was, but yeah. And I was disappointed, but yeah, so it's hard, isn't it, really? Anyway, so let's get into the game itself. So, because yeah, it was it was a little bit frustrating, because especially when they went down, they scored their, for instance, they had their original, they were scored there. They had it when it went down to low block, and it went down to 10 man. So let's pop onto the game. Let me just try this one first. So let's talk about the game. So let's talk about the teams. So the match day squad. So the lineups. So basically, we started with the same lineup as before. Donnarumma in goal, Abdul left back, right back, Diaz and Guardiola in centre, replaced by Nathan Aki in the 80th minutes, Nicola O'Reilly on the left back, Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden and Rodri in the centre, Rodri replaced by Nico Gonzalez on the 60th minute, Dokup and Savinho, what's it called, on the left, sorry, not Savinho, Dokup on the left hand side, is this left hand side? Yeah, hang on, where am I going now? Dokup on the left hand side, but he did go on the right a few times as well. He was replaced by Savinho on the 69th minute, Tiana Reinders in the centre as well. He was replaced by Rico Lewis on the 80th minute, and Erling Haaland, he was replaced by Oscar Bob on the 80th minute. Substitutions: Stephen Murphy, Devan Makasa, James Trafford, Matias Nunes, Nico Gonzalez, Rico Lewis, Oscar Bob, Marco Bentelli, Savinho and Nathan Aki. Right. But stats, have a look at the stats. Stats are always interesting. 74% stats passing, possession Man City, 26 to Napoli. 9 shots off target for Man City, none for Napoli. 8 shots on target, and only 1 for Napoli. 9-2 in the corners, 3-4 on the fouls. Red card 1 to them, 1 yellow card, as well as also got to get another. That's it. They changed their captain down. What is it? 3 times. So yeah. I think they were worried about getting another sending off. But overall, yeah, absolutely. I thought so. The real flashpoint was that arrived on the 90th minute when Napoli was reduced to 10 men on the 20th after skipper Gianni Di Lorenzo was sent off for bringing down Erling Haaland. The game really flashpoint on the 90th minute when Napoli reduced. Having been turned by Haaland, defenders sought to atone by only succeeded to bring down the Norwegian at the edge of the box. Yeah, I think he was trying to get the ball, but unfortunately he missed the ball and got Haaland, etc. And the referee, the German referee, for instance, I thought I had a decent game, to tell the truth. He never get it, and thank God for VAR. Hey, VAR, champion VAR. Kevin De Bruyne in motion returned to the Etihad was cut short on the 26th minute. The Belgium was back to his own stomping ground 4 months after leaving, was replaced by Matheus Oliveira, as Napoli's boss Antonio Conte sought to shore up the back line, and De Bruyne was afforded a rapturous substantial ovation from all 4 corners of the ground. With the pressure building, City fought to make a numerous advantage tail with Missile Savic producing breathtaking 42 minutes save to deny Nico Riley's diving daft header. The keeper diving to his low right to somehow claw ball away. Yeah, I thought the goalkeeper, the Napoli goalkeeper, definitely kept them in it. For instance, there was a few saves, especially that one from the replacement. The replacement captain, etc., where he looked like he was knocking it in the back of his in the net, etc. And then the goalkeeper dived to stop the ball going over the line, and he's was pumping. He's really, really happy that, for instance, he didn't concede a goal. Okay, but never mind. After Serbian was then first. Again in the first half to deny Tiana Reinders. Yeah, Tiana Reinders had another couple of good shots, etc. Losing his shooting boost in the moment, he needs to get back on the score sheet with a fortuitous touch of Palatino's, which got a goal-bound shot into the grateful keeper's hands. The second half saw City continue to lay siege to the Napoli goal, and the crucial breakthrough finally arrived on the 58th minute through that man Erling Haaland. The big man maintained his stunning start to the season, neatly latching onto a Phil Foden cute assist to head over to Marco Savic to chalk up his 50th goal in Champions League in history at a record time. I think the next one was, Van Nistelrooy? 62. So he still had plenty of time to break the record, but amazing, absolutely fantastic. It was the 12th goal of the season. 12th goal of the season, all told, and also meant that he was the quickest player in the Champions League to reach 50th landmark and achieve it in just 49 games. Absolutely fantastic. Well done, Haaland. With Napoli down breach, City then first emphasised their dominance with Jeremy Doku dribbling the advantage with a superb goal and a superb strike. Let's just talk about that Haaland goal from Foden. Absolutely brilliant. That was a difficult goal. Just get the little chip from Foden, and just knowing that you're close to the goalkeeper. For instance, you're close to the goal, and how tall he is, you could easily head it older, and just to be able to latch onto the pass and just to head it slowly, to into the corner. So really, really good goal. Very good goal. goal, and just brilliant just by Foden, and really good link up play between Foden and Haaland. The Belgian winger was through 4 challenges inside the visitors' box and coolly dispatches a precise finish to set up a real to seal a fine night for City's work. Yeah. Oh, that was absolutely, love it. What's the goal again? Dropping the shoulder, going through by Doku, and I thought originally what's the goal? Somebody one of the Napoli players actually put it in as an own goal, but when I saw it again, of course he didn't. And absolutely, again, that's his second. I've done it again now. For instance, he's really in form at the moment, etc. He's starting to believe in himself a little bit more. I don't know what this was, for instance, doing this, and no, you like doing that. So his goal celebration, he did it twice. So we all knew exactly what it was. Whether it's a message to somebody, I don't know. But I hope that, for instance, is to say that he's back. Say that he's back. He's got his confidence back in his back. So yeah. There were several contributions to the star man, player of the match. Phil Foden was really caught the eye and carried the threat from the whistle and constantly falling in Napoli's side with this delicious dink setting Haaland's opener. And following his heroics of the Manchester Newton Eve derby, it was a further evidence that our academy graduate was right back to his groove. Yeah, really good. Another night of record-breaking achievements by Haaland. It breaks the deadlock against Napoli from the brilliant Norwegian. Brilliant. Yeah. So yeah. Kevin De Bruyne return to the effort has been much anticipated in the event of pride, a frustrating and short affair, really. Pep's reaction. August again, 10 men. We really good performance against the Italian team with 10 men who can defend every block. How aggressive they are to face. Many times in my career, we're really pleased because I know how good Napoli are. What can I say about Erling Haaland? Number of speak for themselves, and how lucky we are to have him. Van Nistelrooy and Lewandowski and Cristiano Ronaldo and Brilliant Messi. Erling is there in terms of goals. He's unbeatable. Phil Foden's reaction. There was a nightmare team to break down. I thought we were pretty clever and didn't give away too many turnovers. The first half was a bit frustrating, getting too many touches between the lines. Erling was always going to make that run, and he was just about getting the connection. He seemed to break every record going. It's unheard of what he's doing. He's an unbelievable player. On Kevin De Bruyne's return, he's a legend of the club. I can't thank him enough for what he has done. He's forever going to be a legend here. Yeah. So what it means to City, a perfect start for the European campaign. 1 game, 3 points and a clean sheet. Yeah, another clean sheet. That's 2 clean sheets. You can't ask for more than that. Yeah. And then we've got Arsenal on Sunday, 4:30 UK time. Haaland's 49 games, 50 goals, fewest appearances to reach the 50 Champions League. He was 49, 50 goals. Erling Haaland, Ruud van Nistelrooy, he did it in 62 games. Messi did it in 66 games. Lewandowski 77 games. Mbappe 79, and Cristiano Ronaldo 91 to get to 50. Thierry Henry 103 games to get to that. Again, it's just it's absolutely fantastic, amazing stats. They really are absolutely fantastic, and they really really impressed. A couple of the players, Donnarumma made 1 good save. So for instance, that was it. Got a 7 for me. Kuzinov looked a bit more looks more uncomfortable than Diaz on the ball. No, I'm not having that one. What's the goal? I think he looked very comfortable, Kuzinov, and I'm definitely going to give him a 7.5 for not buying that one. Diaz, a few sloppy passes in his own half, but led the defence well. 7.2 for me. Guardiola, a bit quiet game, not bad thinking, looked comfortable alongside Diaz. Diaz and covers well. Yeah, well for Nicola O'Reilly. Yeah, also we had a couple of forays in the box as well, so offensive could have scored as well. So I'll definitely give him a 7.5. Nicola O'Reilly, good recovery and defence, remains a nuisance on the opponents when he goes in towards the box. Yeah, I definitely give him a 7.5 because I thought he played well. For instance, he didn't have anything to worry about, but also he was always trying to score, always trying to get onto the end of things. So yeah, Rodri, one hand pick possession to get our City number of potential troubling situations, 7.2 for me. Yeah, it's not back to his 100% best. I'm glad he came off when he did, for instance, and looks a lot better, a lot calmer. But for instance, again, they didn't really do much for us. Didn't get causing too many problems. Reinders looks mostly likely to score, and while he was happy to test Napoli keeper with his feet, his head's more like it. 7.2 as well. Didn't do too much, etc. But then he wasn't troubled too much. But also he needs to get a goal for his confidence and to get a big speedy smile from him. Which Foden, best creator from the start. Looks sharp. Always wanted the ball. A terrific assist and the first goal 8. I'll give him an 8.5. I thought he was excellent, superb, yeah, shame he didn't score himself really, but other than that, brilliant. Silva had his moments on the right wing and an amazing block that stopped him from getting an assist when Reinders nearly scored. Yeah, 7.2 for him, 7.5 for me. Always all over the place, good heat map. But for instance, could have scored himself, but yeah, always carry that threat as well. Doku, faithful most of the game, but turned it in the box, followed the interval strike, and it continues momentum. This Manchester United new stats. Wasteful? Well, not wasteful. I mean, like he's one of our better players. I'll give him an 8, an 8.2, an 8.2. I thought he was really, really good. And so yeah, and very consistent, great goal, and could have had more. So for instance, yeah. So overall, I think you look at it. Who do you think was going to break down that low block? It was either Doku, it was going to be Foden, Bernardo Silva, maybe, whatever. But those are the players who had expected to break down to break down Napoli. So I don't understand why Manchester United is giving him 7, and wasteful. Haaland earned the City man advantage in the first half and broke that leg block in the second half. 8. Again, I would give him an 8.2. For instance, he scored the goal. He didn't get the man sent off on purpose. But for instance, he's always played a threat for us. I always expected him to score the goal. I had him in my choice to be first goal scorer. But yeah, overall, very, very happy. Going to now Arsenal. They'll have the warm-down session today. They'll have a training session on Saturday, and they'll head down to London for Sunday. So 4:30 kick-off. So a bit unfair compared to Arsenal. Probably in bed by Tuesday midnight. After their trip to London, to Spain. But it is what it is. And but it was a perfect game for City. 3 points on board, nice and comfortable. Felt like a training session, and even though people were wanting Man City to score more rather than pass it about a bit, why games won, things like that. People say, we're the higher getting in the table. Well, Liverpool actually got to the top of the table last season, and then ended up playing PSG, get knocked out by PSG. So even though Liverpool finished top, where did it get them? So, but to me, for instance, getting 3 points and on the board and getting a home win and not conceding, excellent, and no injuries as well. So overall, one happy blue. So guys, gonna love you and leave you. True Blue Tie, like and subscribe. Tell me what you're thinking. Are you more confident now going to Arsenal? Are you like me, for instance? Say, it's a bit of a bye. We lose on Arsenal, okay, not the end of the world, but at least we've got 2 wins under our belt, important wins, and for instance, and whatever we get out of the Arsenal game will be a plus. So, but anyway, so that's my feeling. Do you agree with me? Do you not disagree with me? Let me know, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Straight to God. Bye.